Can I finish my thought
Nope.
and then I'll answer that question?
No, because you won't ever answer. No. I've talked with you twice. I know you won't answer it. I'm holding it to you here.
I will.
Why? No, you won't. You won't. Ja, meine Freunde, your piggish Western arrogance in saying this is bad. He says he's grabbing a Jewish guy out of the basement. This is not conducive to good behavior.
You people must be killed in a court of law, and then we're going to execute you triple times. Yes, I get it.
Yes, I agree with the political objectives of the Nuremberg trials. That is true.
We got it. We executed all the Nazis, and now all the Nazis are
not
dead.
enough,
So
clearly. Anyway,
okay, so
listen, stop. If you want to build a system that prevents stuff like this from happening in the future, sometimes it's going to come down to violence. We had this talk last time, too. How do you stop Russia from doing this? Oh, well, I would create systems that would... Okay, what happens if they ignore those systems and just do it anyway?
Can we get into that for a second here?
Can you... Okay. I want you to construct right now some kind of international regulatory body, or any system at all, that could have kept Russia from invading Ukraine, that Russia could not have overcome simply by going, I'm just going to do it anyway.
Yeah, sure. Okay, the reality is we live in a world with countries and publics, okay? The Russian public, including the sharpest liberal critics of Putin, believe that NATO is being provocative to Russia's legitimate... Okay, but can I finish?
No, you've already failed. No, stop. You've already failed. We've already hit the first hurdle. No, stop. It's the first. No, that's over. It's over. It's done. If they can be if they can be propagandized into fighting against a system that doesn't actually pose a threat to them, then you accept my premise. There is no safety net. It's not actually possible to prevent authoritarian governments from doing shit.
No, I don't accept your premise.
Because they could just lie to their public and manufacture consent.
Okay, first of all, NATO is not a purely defensive alliance. Okay,
stop. I know you've got a fucking spiel, pro-Russia spiel you want to go on.
No,
we are exclusively talking about threat to Russia. Threat to Russia, which it did not exist. The idea that floating the concept of Ukraine maybe one day joining in with NATO poses some kind of military threat to Russia. It's not true. It's delusional. It's delusional. They're psychotic. I'm hearing schizo voices are speaking to me from the rafters of my room, and they're telling me it could pose a threat to Russia. But you have to ignore them. We all hear them, and they're all fake.
I hear you. I like to not kill people and not topple governments.
Oh, great. Well, then you should support. Then you should support systems which prevent fascists from taking power, because they are the ones who like to do that.
Anyway, I think that
you can't. Hey, bro. Can you? Here's my question: how do I get my foot to stop hurting? Maybe stop stubbing your toe over and over deliberately against the wall.
Got it. So by eliminating all fascists, Zelenskyy applied to NATO. Finland applied to NATO. Russia did not.
Then what are we talking about?
I'll tell you this. The USSR...
Stop running around, okay? None of this means anything. You are the kind of guy who contributed to the environment that let your relatives die. You know why America didn't get involved in World War II earlier? Because pseudo... anti-interventionist xenophobes called the America First movement, along with their allies, made a deliberate effort to gum up the works of American military intervention, and we did so with low IQ, fucking pseudo anti-interventionist language like, the Nazis are doing some bad stuff over there, but, would we really not worsen the problem? What happened the last time we got involved in a European war? It's not our business. Maybe we should focus on our own people. You have no fucking right to talk about keeping people from getting hurt when you laugh at the idea that we should keep fascists from taking government. You chuckled at that. That was like a joke. Oh, what an outlandish suggestion. The ideology that is the bedrock of mass murder. Maybe we shouldn't let them in? Russia is fascist. Yanukovych was a puppet for fascists. Ukraine today, defending itself right now, isn't. You are as effective a regurgitator of Russian propaganda as people who get paid for it. And you talk about tech bros being apolitical. Dog, the two biggest tech bros in America are Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, a fucking Republican Party stooge and the origin point of tech bro fascism.
I will defend technology all day, but not the point of this discussion.
Technology is good. The minds of people who create it are fucking broken. You are not capable of
But I
understanding
don't
that these
care about
problems are
individual
beyond being
minds.
fixed with an
I don't-
app.
I am against Elon Musk owning privately a public forum. I'm against Zuck owning publicly a private forum.
Yeah, what
Zuckerberg
systems
used
would
to
you put
be-
in place to keep them from doing that?
Oh, that's very simple. And we could have hours of discussion, but the short answer is open source systems, bro. Linux, Wikipedia, WordPress.
Dog, open source technology doesn't stop the centralization of user engagement with specific websites. This is exactly
Now
what
you're
I
on my
mean.
turf,
The
buddy.
correct
I can tell
answer
you-
is legislation and trust busting. There was one
Yes.
answer.
More
You're such a
centrali-
tech bro, dude. Open
Wait,
source?
trust busting by whom? A centralized government busting
Yes,
centralized
by our government.
corporations?
I said today, what would you do to prevent this stuff? We live in a state. Yes.
I do it. I have a question for you. Very important question. In the anti-Maidan protests, whose side would you be on? The protesters who protested against, they were the anti-revolutionary, right? Against the revolution of dignity, or the people cracking down on them with force, the police? Who are you?
They shouldn't be Wait, the police cracked down on them?
Yes.
Sorry, not Zelenskyy. After Yanukovych would have announced it. I support the right to freedom of protest. They should be allowed to protest.
The anti-Maidan protesters.
They should be allowed to. They should never win. All manner of violence should be employed if they have even a slight chance of actually taking over the government. But as long as they're just expressing...
Just out of curiosity, what makes the anti-Maidan babushkas or whatever way worse than the young ideologically bent right-wing nationalists?
Because they were supporting the guy who was trying to turn their country into an authoritarian puppet of Russia.
Okay, I got you. And that's the main factor in your mind for everything.
Yes. When it comes to my support for protests, they tend to be dictated by what the protests are about.
At least there's one in here, and I understood your point of view. It's a bit simplistic, but it's
it's one protest is for good and one protest is for bad. It is simplistic. I agree. The facts at hand are simplistic.
So, like Poroshenko, a future president who was not a stooge of Russia, in your mind was good because he's not a stooge of Russia, the end, period. Correct?
No, you can be
because
bad.
Ukrainians didn't like him either. They thought that he was corrupt also.
You can
and
be
by
bad.
The way,
I don't know how we keep having these talks on like comparative.
No, it's just
you can be bad
complex.
and not be a stooge of Russia.
Okay,
but he was better
Zelenskyy,
than Yanukovych.
The current president is good, correct? He's good in your mind. He's good or bad or what?
For me,
Whatever.
whether something is good or bad is really framed in what the options are. So
so the options were he explicitly ran on a platform of implementing the Minsk agreements and peace with Russia.
No, stop, retarded already. You almost had a point. Stop. No, when I say with what the options were, what I mean is like I may take issues with a politician like Zelenskyy, for example, who's not the best guy in the world, but he's a lot better than Ukraine being controlled by Russia. So I will say Zelenskyy is good, like in quotation marks, because it is preferable to Russia. Because that in reality, that's the only real choice we get. You only get options.
He's a smart, fun guy. He's great. But my point is he ran on a platform of peace with Russia. Do you support that? This was before 2022 invasion. This was the Servant of the People Party.
Did Russia keep invading during that whole time?
He would have, according to his mandate, the mandate was to make peace with Russia. Explicitly, that was what he ran on.
At what cost?
Well, obviously, there had to be a finite cost.
No,
clearly,
there doesn't have to be a cost. You don't have to lose land.
Everything has a cost.
Sometimes you actually, it's not a zero-sum game. Sometimes you actually do get just a big dub. Russia never abided by the Minsk protocols. In this instance here, Ukraine...
Guys, am I doing better this time, by the way? Just the chat. Am I like at least making sense?
Chappy mean. Be super mean. There we go. I've skewed them against them. Ha! And prove my point, by the way. Because, much in the case with Russia propagandizing to their population, you can never trust anything a group of people believe if they're being given unreliable information. This is why you could never have a regulatory body that would do anything to stop a country like Russia from doing bad shit. You would need to use military force.
So, listen, I just want
This
to
was
be
a
clear.
mistake. This was a mistake. The point that I'm trying to
you
get at is
said
at the
you
end of the day,
asked a question, didn't you
all
just answer?
political power stems from violence. There is no other way to do power. Everything at the end of the day is
Mr.
death or
Starship
blood or
Troopers.
possession. That's it.
Yeah,
No,
Starship
that's it. That's it. That's it.
The
It doesn't matter.
irony is that
Stop.
the fascist of Robert
No,
Heinlein
stop.
says that.
The libertarians as well. Even if you get into an ANCAP system, this is unavoidable.
You
No
are
matter
literally
what,
saying
you
that
always have
fascist-
to either comply with a concession or you're like a fucking you're taken out. That's it. That's all there is.
Mr. Radchek, the Radchek, the guy without an arm in the movie Starship Troopers, is the fascist of Robert Heinlein's
What the
novel.
fuck are you? I stopped
He
talking for
literally says
2
your
seconds
words,
and you
all-
assault me with another. You'll be getting a fucking settlement. Jesus. I don't know what you're talking about, okay? What I do understand is that political power is ultimately a feature of violence applied to people.
Fascist in the movie.
Oh my God.
Fascism. Says what you said. It's ironic. It literally says violence is the root of all authority and like.
Yes, it is correct. That is correct. Yes. So anyway,
yes, you agree with him on that. With your mortal enemy, the fascist, you agree with him on many.
Yeah, yes. There's a movie character whose politics I don't agree with, but he said a thing that I agreed with. Yes, he also
Robert
probably
Heinlein,
drank water.
writer,
Did Hitler drink water? Was he a vegetarian? Please stop. Please stop.
Okay.
I don't know why I keep going in this. There's no way through this. Okay. You are ideologically bolted, stapled, and hot glue gunned to whatever will allow Russia to get away with its shit. It is your ultimate prevailing ideology.
No, they're imperialist garbage. But what
No,
I'm trying
you
to
say that. They all say that. But coincidentally, every position you have, which are not only mutually contradictory, but also completely impossible to apply, just seem to line up in ways that make it, that much easier to overlook the severity of what Russia has done.
Well, I don't think you have any lasting principles. You decide what's good and bad based on
You can't even fathom my principles because they can't be put on a blockchain. I have no idea what decision-making drives your day-to-day movements, but it's certainly not one I can perceive. I have been incredibly consistent and incredibly patient this entire conversation, and I'm talking with someone who is legitimately perplexed by the concept of ethics. Not even ethical theory, just ethics.
I am simply saying it's a category error to apply ethics to what countries do. Countries
all right, that's it. No, I can't. No, you win. I agree. Also, we live on a flat Earth.
Okay, whatever, man. Anyway, thank you. I think this was illuminating. I understood more about your views. You think bad should be defeated by good, and good is what you say it is, and the other guys are wrong.
Yes. That is literally the position of everybody who ever has studied ethics. Yes. All ethical positions are derived from a person's first principles.
But you know what? I feel like the guy on TikTok who goes, yes, you're right. But like literally he asks people like facts, simple facts, and they're like, yes, you're right.
Man, you really can't blame me for this conversation when we're having a hang up right now on whether or not good things are good and bad things are bad.
No, everyone agrees with that. That's the point. It's a freaking tautology.
You disagree with the tautology. You just said ethics shouldn't even apply to nation-state decision-making.
I'm saying there are far more important considerations when creating systems that prevent bad things from happening than the blame game. Oh, he started it. Okay, well, just kill him then, and everything will be good again.
What if we put the Balkans on a blockchain so it was impossible to alter their borders after the Yugoslav? Okay.
Okay. Your chat is great, guys. All right, listen, I love it.
No, stop. You please. The ethics are important. We live only in the time we're in now. No matter what, countries will break rules.
Sam Harris versus Noam Chomsky debate, and you favor Harris completely, right? Basically.
No, he's retarded.
What? But he literally argues what you argue.
What is he arguing?
That one country is good, the United States, in the case of many of these conflicts, and that if the situation was reversed, the other country would just like destroy completely.
I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying that right now, Russia is invading Ukraine.
Russia's not going to invade Europe. Don't worry about it.
They're currently invading Europe.
I'm saying they're not going to go beyond Ukraine.
Oh, they're not going to go beyond Ukraine, the one of the largest countries in the world. Oh no, their borders will just smash up against Poland's, and that's the fucking recipe for future stability. right now. Listen, okay.
Are you being serious?
Hey,
God, I don't even know anymore.
Do you remember the Holocaust and how it was bad? Okay? Do you remember? Are we remembering? The expansionist ideology that Hitler used to justify his invasion of neighboring countries and then Holocaust them was used by Putin when he invaded Ukraine. Blood and soil, reuniting the ethnic constituency. Lebensraum, more space. As long as Russia, the nation, is being controlled by people with that line of thinking, yes, they are a threat to everyone.
And how do you propose Russia not be controlled by those type of people?
More HIMARS to Ukraine until eventually Putin commits suicide by throwing himself out of the rooftops. He likes throwing journalists out of so much.
Yeah, I am a libertarian, and I do think we have the same outcomes in mind. I just think that you have essentially the incoherent philosophy of I'm right, you're wrong, I like good, and I hate bad, and you don't, and I do, and yeah. So I gave you 3 hours to explain it to me, and all I got in the end is you literally double down on that, and you say, that's who I am.
Yeah.
Leftists are idiots.
Yes. I'm not doubling down. It's just the bedrock upon which you build literally all normative positions. But yeah, I'm doubling down on my first principles, that it is indeed true that it's good when good things happen and bad things don't.
So your principles are you are right and others are idiots.
Yeah, and oh man, of all my principles, that one gets the most massaging. Oh, that one. I'm more confident in that one than I am of any other. I'm not entirely sure if I'm being controlled by a devil or not, you know, like in the Descartes thing, but this I'm sure of. I love you. I have to go shower.
All right, man. Enjoy your shower. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody.
YouTube TOS will not allow me to say the stuff I want to do to my body right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is The Rock. Oh. Ah. Fuck. Jesus Christ. This is the fucking the newest wave of Kremlin anti-Western disinfo, which is where they compel you to kill yourself. The Drukari feast on your suffering.